Welcome to the Yvonne Candy Show. Motivational, inspirational, and just plain fun. Where celebrities check in and you can check out what's fresh in entertainment, business, health, finance, and more. It's all about your lifestyle. Here's your host, Yvonne Candy.
Hi, everybody. I hope your week has been as beautiful as mine. And if not, I hope today's show will lighten things up a bit. But first, I want to remind you to tune in next week to hear our guest, who will also put a smile on your face. You might have seen her all over social media with her beautiful hats. Michelle Leonard, known as the Hat Lady, will be here. Realtor extraordinaire and quite a socialite, Michelle has to be one of the most fabulous women I know. She brings back everyday glamour with her array of hats of many styles and colors. She is also the networking queen in my eyesight. You might have heard of her tasty talks and dine and dish events, where the best in the city come together for dining and an intimate meet and greet. So join us to hear Michelle Leonard and some of the wonderful things that she's doing here in the city. Today, we're going to have some fun and talk about how you can plan the perfect party with our next guest, Renee Patrone, owner of Party Host Helpers, right after this message.
If you're an investor, home buyer, or seller looking for a realtor that understands your needs, then look no further. An experienced realtor is at your fingertips to help you through the total process of buying and selling an investment property or your home. You need a knowledgeable realtor that knows the market and can even help with resources for financing, credit, and more. Call 215-459-5950 for an experienced realtor now. That's 215-459-5950.
Just because you can't see lead paint doesn't mean it's not on your walls, doors, windows, or sills. Today, lead paint poisoning affects over 1 million children. What's more, just 3 granules of lead dust from old paint can poison your child. If your house was built before 1978 and you have kids 6 years old or younger or are pregnant, it's very important to know what to do. There are simple steps you can take to make your kids lead-free kids. Log on to leadfreekids.org or call 800-424-LEAD for more information. A message from the Coalition to End Childhood Lead Poisoning, the EPA, HUD, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Yvonne Candy Show, where it's all about your lifestyle.
And we are back with the queen of the scene, Renee Patrone, owner of Party Host Helpers. Renee has been on Fox and ABC sharing her tips and advice, and now she's right here on our show to share them with you. Welcome, Renee.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How are you? Thanks for coming in. It's very rare that I have a human being in the station.
Oh, it's great to be here.
You must have one of the rarest and also the most fantastic memories. I mean, I've heard you say that you were at your first event when you were 3 days old. How do you know this?
Oh, well, of course my mom and dad filled me in, but yep, the block party up the street, I couldn't miss it, right? That's how we knew partying was in my blood, I guess.
And those are some of your fondest memories, I understand.
Yeah, and from there it started with, organizing parties in high school and fundraisers and moving on through college and then after college, and then I finally made it a career. So,
where did you get this mentality from, this urge? Were your family, did they socialize a lot?
Yeah, my mom, my dad worked shift work my whole life, so my mom really had me out and about quite a bit. And it wasn't just, about the parties, but the connecting with people, whether it was youth group or Girl Scouts or, gymnastics. We were on the go, and she was in card clubs, and, book clubs weren't really popular in the 80s. So she played cards with her girlfriends, and we socialized at church, and it just, it was how I was raised.
Well, see, your generation, you used to do those things. In my generation, we used to do Tupperware.
Oh, yeah. Well, my mom sold Tupperware for a long time, too. She's listening now, too. So, hey, Trish.
Yeah. You call her Trish?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. But anyway, yeah. It was Tupperware, Avon, Mary Kay. Those were the things, the girls like to have fun doing in my generation.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyway, 15 years, veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And you used to, or are you still doing the corporate events and the weddings?
Yeah, so Events by Renee is my first company that I started about 12 years ago, and I still take on a handful of clients a year because I like it. It's it's something that I enjoy. I enjoy helping brides and corporate clients, social clients. They call me for mitzvahs and birthday parties, and it's great to dive in and help them with the planning part of it.
Right. So explain to me exactly what extent do you help them? Because you said, I like
sure.
to help them. So if you're talking about planning, do you do the whole?
Sometimes the clients will hire me for the whole shebang, or they'll call me halfway through and say, you know what, I need some help. There's part of the planning where I need you to come in and give me your advice or, jump in meetings with me. Or I have some brides and corporate clients who just say, I just need you that day to make sure that I can actually enjoy the event as, the boss of the company or as the bride and groom or the mother of the bride. So I think that's what sets me apart a bit is that my planning, services, it's a wide variety, and I like to work with the client to make sure that they're happy and that their needs are met.
Now, do you make the connections between the client and the vendor?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, so I have lots of frienders, I call them, in the area. So I love to recommend great vendors as well as, and then they recommend me as well. Philadelphia has a great network of event vendors.
Yeah, I understand that Philadelphia is one of the best places for catering, for food. Oh, we have the famous Steven Starr here, yes.
We do.
And he has some of the best restaurants around.
I agree.
But anyway, I wanted to know, and I wanted to really understand, when you go out planning, you're just helping them put it all together. You're not going out getting the flowers and getting the food together.
It's more about recommending and making sure that we're choosing vendors that do all that. So picking the right caterer and picking the right florist.
Right.
So that's Events by Renee. But then Party Host Helpers is my second company that I started 6 years ago. And
tell us about that because that's something that I need right about now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the holidays already.
Oh, yeah. You good, as you should. See, you're a good host.
It's the weirdest thing. It's like as soon as the holidays are over, it's only like maybe a matter of 2 or 3 months, and I start getting these, deja vus, and
of what you could have done a little differently.
Yes.
And thinking ahead.
Yes, and thinking ahead and getting excited for the holidays to come again. I don't know what it is with me.
Yeah.
But now,
that's a good thing.
Now that I've met you, I have something else to look forward to.
Yeah. So Party Host Helpers is, like you said, you're the type of host that thinks about it and plans ahead, but maybe you want someone that day to make sure the food's out, that it's hot, that your kitchen is clean at the end of the night. So that's where Party Host Helpers comes into play. We're now a national company. So if you needed a bartender or a server, a coat check attendant, or just a general helper, we can help you with whatever you need. And then, that in turn, it's like the hosts still get to be creative and plan their menu and pick out the food, but then we come in to actually do the dirty work.
Okay. So in other words, you have to have your own menu prepared. You have to have your own utensils or whatever it is that you're going to serve. So what about setting the table? Suppose you want to design a certain, do you do that, or do you have to design the table? Well, it depends. If you have
time, if you don't have time to set it up, we've had helpers, of course, set the table. If you have something in mind, you can sketch it out and they'll do it. Okay. I make sure that all of our helpers know how to set a table properly.
That's something that everybody don't know how to do.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different ways, though. So
yeah. I mean, I have to look that stuff up myself sometime. Because,
just a good reminder.
Yeah. Where does the fork and the spoon and the
dessert
knife
fork
and the water and the wine glass, and the bowl for the salad.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that knows how to do all that. I can't figure it out myself.
Yeah.
And her family does the same thing. And she sends me these pictures every time she goes on vacation of her family dinner.
And the table, how beautiful it is.
I mean, yeah, but it's like a 5-course. Is it a 5-course meal when you have all this plates?
Your soup bowl.
I'm telling you. So what do? You take one away and then you eat it? Then you take another one away?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty formal if you're doing it that way.
Oh, my goodness. She sent me a picture this past holiday. And I think it was 5 different things stacked on top of each other.
Oh, wow.
One.
You want to be a guest at that table.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I was saying, wow, what in the world are they eating?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 3 or 4 glasses. Well, you have your wine, and then you have your water, and then you might have another one that's like
red wine, white wine, or
white.
champagne glass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well, I have to learn all that.
that's getting fancy, though.
Yeah, that's getting fancy dancy. I have to learn all of that stuff. But anyway, what about I did ask you about the location. Would you told me about the location that you basically help, in other words. But what if somebody needed help in designing, like for a prom, like getting the balloons together, putting the all the stuff that they do for proms out there.
Yeah,
Would
of course.
you be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great, because prom season is coming up.
It is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I want the audience to know if you're actually able to do something like this, because a lot of people need help, and they also think that the price is out of their reach. Mm-hmm. When you think about somebody coming in your home, then they're saying, oh, wow, I mean, usually the wealthy people might do this.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think that way, don't you?
I do. I mean, our rates are reasonable for party host helpers.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you have everything set, they will decorate, and there are instances where we'll send a party host helper out for errands ahead of time, but really they shine on site.
Right.
I mean, I personally can help with the planning and things like that, but for party host helpers, it's more serving, setting up, decorating, cleaning up. And our rates are $45 an hour to $60 an hour, depending on the holiday or time of year.
Now, is that for one person?
One person.
That's for one person?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I understand you also do barbecues.
We do. Yeah, so summer's coming.
Yeah.
We do a ton of casual parties like that, whether it's a pool party or a barbecue or, a baby shower, a bridal shower at a home. People like to use their outside space. So,
wow.
Yeah. And we have grill masters on staff who can come grill for you, so you don't have to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so definitely in the summertime, we utilize our guys who have that experience frequently
Great.
down the shore, around here.
Well, we've already established the fact that you don't have to have a big event. It could be a small event at your home, any type of event, and you can call party host helpers.
Yeah.
And they can help you with everything that you need. Tell us about your corporate events. Small businesses, large businesses, nonprofits.
Sure.
Tell us, how do you do that?
Yeah, so for my planning company, Events by Renee, I've done a ton of grand openings, anniversary parties for businesses that have been around for a long time. Maybe they just want to do a customer appreciation party, so I'll help them with the caterer. We'll send some party host helpers to serve. A lot of them like me to help them with a step and repeat, some balloons,
Right.
Getting a photographer, helping them get some press there. So
Great. What about some planning advice? What would you give advice on planning for a party? And also, I wanted to ask you about planning for any season. Is there some sort of rule of thumb to plan in different seasons?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the big factor when you're planning in different seasons is thinking about weather, right? So,
Of course.
So it rains a lot
Yeah.
in certain seasons, and now lately all the time it feels like we can't catch a break sometimes. So a plan B is necessary if you want to have an event outside. Obviously, we need a plan B, and I've done this for clients, and I've had these discussions with them. Whenever they're renting a tent in their backyard, we want to make sure there's sides on the tent in case it starts raining. I've had customers like clear furniture out of their basement and move the party downstairs. As long as you are thinking about that plan B and have it sort of in your back pocket when it comes to weather or a rain date.
Well, that's great that you can help them organize these things. Because, it's probably something they would never think of.
Yeah. But then back to the seasons. I mean, I love when you serve seasonal food. So, like, we're talking about barbecues. One of my biggest tips is to, if you can't afford an ice cream truck or something fun like that, get some Rita's water ice, like big gallons.
Oh, yeah.
Have our party host helpers scoop it out.
Right.
Versus just a cake or cupcakes. Think about what season you're in. Use pumpkins in the fall to decorate. Christmas time, use some ornaments, put them in a vase. Things that you have around your house. I don't like giving tips that are too costly.
Sure. What about color, texture, things that you might not use in the summertime that you would use in the wintertime to decorate with?
Sure. I mean, I love telling clients and just, when we give different party tips, look around your house what you already have that you decorated with for the season. So for the fall, you might have some burlap around. Use it as a runner. You might have pumpkins already. Throw them in a vase and make them look, like your centerpiece. Christmas lights will be around during the holidays. Decorate with those.
Now, Christmas lights, that's something I realized that you don't necessarily have to use at Christmas.
Right. I know. You see houses with them up now, and I'm like, oh, it looks so festive and beautiful. And
I see a lot of houses, they have them up for any holiday. They just change the color.
Yeah. That's fun.
So, but anyway, give us some examples of what you can do with lights.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously decorating outside is great. And with graduation season coming up, we're having a lot of clients that are renting tents. And then, you need lighting in there because the kids might linger for a while. You might not think about that. You might have a porch light or something, but it's not enough to light the tent. So we love seeing string lights, the bulbs.
Sure.
That are very, Oktoberfest kind of beer festival type. So I love using those all time, all seasons. They just bring a fun glow. But Christmas lights, you get a short strand, you put them in a vase, put them around the house that way.
Right.
Banisters outside, the table. If you have a long table, you can put them down the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Just to give it a glow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My head's in spring and summer. Can you tell? I'm like, I have to think about Christmas now.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm already in the holidays, and I don't know what's wrong with me. We haven't even got the summer yet. And I'm already in the holiday.
That's funny.
I'm actually feeling, festive and what have you.
That's good. I'm getting married December 20th. So my head,
you are?
I got engaged in January. And so our wedding is the Friday before Christmas. So my planning is in my head is very festive. And
are you all
Christmas,
caught up with everything you have to do?
Yeah, we're good.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long ahead did you plan?
We got engaged January 13th in Antigua. So.
Oh, wow. This January? And you're finished already?
Pretty much. I have a few more vendors to secure.
Well, you're in the business, so you got a head start.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Some people take a whole year.
I know, or more than that. I know.
Well, you already knew what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Being in the business, you knew where to go, what to get. You had it all together.
Exactly, yeah. Some sort of Christmas in my head, too, because of the wedding, so I understand.
Yeah. What are you going to wear? Are you going to wear something that's sort of winter?
I got a dress from Kleinfeld's a couple weeks ago. I do have a mink shawl. I'm looking for a white shawl to put over the dress, too, but I can't give away too many details in case my fiancé's listening.
Yeah, that sounds very nice. I like the winter weddings. Something I don't know a lot about because most people get married.
They're unique.
Yeah, they're unique because most people get married in the spring or the summer. And you already know what they're going to wear.
Yeah.
Basically anyway. Yeah. But in the winter, you're saying, are they going to wear velvet? Are they going to have are they going to have a mink stole? That type of thing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me, what is the most unusual planning that you ever did for an event or a party?
Oh, Lord. Well, I did a wedding in July that was Christmas in July themed. The guests had no idea. The mother of the bride and the bride had this all schemed out. This was a long time ago. It was at a country club, and their color scheme was like hot pink, black, silver, and gold. So there were metallic trees everywhere and fake snow and lights. And the guests walk in and we're like, and I thought that was really cool.
That is unusual.
Especially for a wedding. It was so out of the box. I've done a Beauty and the Beast theme wedding. So we used a lot of red and yellow roses. It was at the Franklin Institute. That was really fun to pull off. It was just so many little details, a nod to Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And then corporate, I've done an event for the ambassador of South Africa before.
Wonderful.
At a port over in Gloucester City, New Jersey, where they import South African oranges. So we ran on that theme. I had my use South African oranges in every dish that we served.
And where did you get South African oranges?
Well, they're imported into.
You imported South African oranges?
Well, they're here. They're imported anyway.
They were already here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing, is he was coming over to look at the plant and where they're imported and how we're selling them here.
Oh, really?
In the winter.
Okay.
Or, I mean, in the summer, yes. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can find them on your shelves in the summertime here when we can't find Florida oranges because it's a winter fruit. So
Sure. I had fruit last night. It was horrible.
Oh, no. I know. It's not good right now.
It looks so good. I was like, okay, I need to eat healthy.
Yeah. What did you have?
It was watermelon, and it was grapes, and what else was it? Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe didn't even have a taste.
I know.
It was hard as the devil.
Yeah.
And, strawberries. Was it strawberries? Strawberries don't even
They'll be in season soon. May.
Oh, my goodness.
June-ish.
I had to throw some of it away.
They're expensive, though.
Yeah, and I, to me, I think it was expensive just to buy it in the first place, and it had no taste at all to me. So I guess you have to buy certain things at certain seasons, but they sell these mixed fruit bowls,
and half of them aren't even good.
All of them aren't in season.
And they pack them with honeydew. And
How do you sell mixed fruit when half the fruit that you got in there is not even in season?
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a taste. But anyway, I was thinking more of like a winter barbecue, a beach party. Have you ever done one of those?
In the winter? I have not. Of course, I've traveled to Florida to do certain events this time of year, and that's easy because you're right on the beach. But no, but I think that's a great idea. Warm yourself up by having a Caribbean party.
Oh, yeah. So I got to call you. I got to have one.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself as far as planning these parties. I wanted to know one thing that we didn't go over.
Sure.
You said that you can have people to serve like alcohol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have to make sure that the alcohol is actually there for them. So this is what I wanted to ask you. If you have someone serving alcohol, it would be separate for someone serving food, or can they do both?
It depends. If it's a small party, then I would let you get away with having one to do both.
Okay.
But we do recommend one per 25 guests.
Okay.
And obviously, it's better to have a bartender dedicated to the bar, making sure it's straight, controlling the amount of alcohol that guests are drinking by pouring drinks properly. Everyone is certified. We're insured. And then the general helper would serve the food, make sure there's no trash around, replenish things. And that's what I hear from a lot of my clients, is that they wake up the next day and their kitchen is spotless.
Oh, wonderful.
The food that would have been thrown out, if they didn't have a helper there, was put in a nice Tupperware container and back in the fridge versus sitting out all night.
Yeah, I can have you come over tomorrow.
I know. Hey, we have enough people around here.
Yeah, I can have my own little private party, if you're going to clean up and everything.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, people hire us for small gatherings and then big gatherings. We've done up to 1,000 guests.
Oh, my goodness.
At certain venues. So...
Yeah, but what you do, and I'm ready to have a party, a lot of people don't want to deal with all that stuff. It's just too much.
It's stressful for certain people.
I have holiday parties. Well, not so much party, but dinners. And I'm so tired, from cooking.
Well, it's not just the cooking either. You want to make sure your house is clean.
Exactly.
And that you're decorated, pretty.
Yeah.
It's stressful. And that's why I started this company.
Yeah, so, wonderful idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember growing up, and my mother used to have the whole family over for the holidays, and she was so exhausted half the time. It's either she had to take a nap before everybody got over, or she might not have had a chance to get dressed, or
exactly. I was just going to say that. It's like I had. I'm not only the owner, but I'm a customer too, however that saying goes. But I host a Friendsgiving every year, and I make sure I have a party host helper. And the first year I had them, I was like, I actually did my hair and makeup. Like, I look good.
Right.
And I made this turkey earlier. This is great.
Yeah. And you want to look good.
As the hostess,
pictures,
of course.
you have to take pictures, and
Yeah.
it's a holiday, and
The
you're
whole
the
package.
host. So your house looks good, you have good food, but, you're too tired to even enjoy yourself.
Right. And what's the point of having a party then? And, when I would throw parties without party host helpers, I would wake up the next day and be like, man, I didn't even talk to anyone.
Right.
Like, really talk to anyone, because I was hanging up coats,
Right.
throwing dishes in the sink, pouring wine. So this
Right.
is a way for my now clients to actually enjoy each other.
Washing the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher. But yeah, I like to wake up in the morning after a party and say, wow, was that great?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
And those are the memories
yeah.
that everyone's...
Oh, yeah. Was that great? I want to see the most fabulous pictures that I took. Not pictures of me being exhausted.
I know.
And bags under my eyes.
Of course.
Yeah, so this is really fantastic. Well, you can tell us how we can get in touch with you.
Sure. So our website is www.partyhosthelper.com.
Of course.
Right now we're booking Passover and Easter, as well as, spring parties. We have had clients request already for Thanksgiving and Christmas for 2019.
Really?
So
Really?
we're starting to book. But we have a ton of great helpers in the area that are all friendly and professional, experienced. So.
And what about the other states that you're in?
Yeah.
Just give us a few states that you're in, because a lot of people are probably saying, well, is she where I'm at?
Yeah, sure. So obviously we're in South Jersey. We're in Bucks County. We're down the shore.
Of
But
course.
on top of that, we're in New York City. We're in North Jersey. We're in all over the state of Florida. We are in L.A., San Diego, San Francisco, Portland,
Wow.
Chicago,
Wow.
Austin. I have a really great team of leadership, all women that are in each of these cities that run my team for me there. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Renee, you are the queen of the sea.
Thank
you so much for coming and joining
Of
us.
course. Now I want to have a party.
Yes, we are. I'm definitely going to get in touch with you as soon as possible.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Yvonne Candy Show. Want to know more? Check out YvonneCandy.com.